I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, any minute, Ellen?
Yes.
That one set?
One second.
Oh, it is one set?
Is that the one we reviewed yesterday or?
Yeah, that's what I'm,
Okay.
this was,
Lindsay's paper.
how many you've got? Just one set, right?
Just one set.
Okay, all right. Okay, this is January 2026, which would be the commissioners meeting. I would entertain a motion.
So moved. Second.
Second, okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any reports, Helen?
I have none.
None? Any correspondence, Helen?
I have none.
Commissioners? None.
No, sir.
Oh, that's good. Okay, calendar review, Helen, please.
Tomorrow, 7:30, solid waste safety meeting. Clancy Water and Sewer District meeting at 6:30. Thursday, survey review at 1:30, and it's Commissioner Debo Friday.
Road safety meeting on Thursday morning at 7. Solid waste safety morning tomorrow. Safety meeting tomorrow morning, if you didn't say that one. 7:30, I believe.
Any other commissioners? Are we good? Any discrepancy? Oh, good, okay. All right, then, we'll move along to commissioner reports, Commissioner Turf.
Well, that'll be quick, not much happening. It's gonna be kind of quiet, which is nice. Let's see, last week, JLDC, we had it out at the fairgrounds. It sounds like they've used the amount of money that the county gave them, the 110,000, they've gone through that already as they're talking about their financials, so they're working on their own dime now as far as the money they have. So it'll be a good transition to have them start thinking about their budget and how they're gonna be self-sufficient. They're working on getting that big section of the Whitetail Center rented out. They had I guess it's a state department of some sort. She didn't want to tell us who it was till it is binding, but who is it? Was it Revenue? Okay, so a good state department wants that space over there, and so hopefully they'll sign off on that, and if they haven't already, and we'll have a good renter over there. They're gonna frame in that wall where you first come in, and it's got that great big opening that's got like a chain door, like a mall door that comes down. They're gonna frame that in so they can put a regular door in there. I think that was the one modification that the state needed to make that space work. Yellowstone Boys Girls Ranch is gonna push back the construction of that other group home out there, probably more until spring. They were gonna try to get it done earlier this winter, but I don't know if it's funding. It didn't really specify why they pushed it back, but that'll be a little farther down the road. And I think we've got CDBG tied to that, so that's really our only interest in that. Let's see. Wind project down there, that big wind energy project's kind of on hold right now. The guy, Tim Blakely, I think he's not a US citizen. He's having problems trying to get a visa to get in here and work. And I think that whole company got bought out by another company. So things are changing in the company. Hopefully they'll swing back and start this project again, because it would have been a good one for our park down there, but we'll see what happens. Sounds like Tizer Gardens is getting ready, really close to changing hands. Keep your fingers crossed that that goes. I think Belva was pretty much ready to retire, and these new people are young and they're ready to go at it and kind of keep it the same as it is, and hopefully they do good up there if they end up getting that. So
Any projected time? I mean, what they're looking at now?
I think it was just a matter of all the, everything getting together. So
Okay.
it could have happened by now, but
Okay.
yeah, so really soon anyway. Keith's still working on hub zone status for the south end of the county down there. That's kind of something he's been working on for a while. It sounds like he's gonna engage with the Commerce and state more towards the spring here, and they'll have better answers for him then. I don't completely understand what that is, but.
All right.
Let's see. Nick actually mentioned a tenant association for the South Campus. I was gonna ask Ginger,
I wanted to talk to you about that.
okay. That was something like, really, we have a tenant association and that JLDC really isn't have anything out there
We
anymore,
we
so.
had talked about changing it over when Lindsay came in, it never happened.
Okay.
So,
That's
yeah,
just something on our to-do list.
yeah, I
Okay,
just need to send Sam an email saying it needs to be changed over to the county.
okay, all right. So that was something that was brought to my attention that I didn't know was happening out there. I think JLDC had control of that campus at some point. That tenant association was formed and that kind of was connected to JLDC, and now JLDC doesn't have any property out there anymore, so it needs to be transferred back to the county, I guess. Rocky Mountain Development Directors Meeting, Board of Directors Meeting, that was on Thursday. Really, the only big thing, Head Start's struggling with staffing, surprise, surprise. So they're gonna consolidate a lot of their classrooms. They're not gonna have to really drop any children, but the children may have to go here instead of there. The classrooms probably have a few more kids in them, but it sounds like more of an efficiency thing that they were gonna do starting next year anyway. They just bumped it back to this year because they just don't have enough teachers to fill those positions, so. And they got a new guy hired for agency for aging director. I don't know if you're connected to that.
I didn't, cause I missed that meeting. Andy Hunthausen out of Lewis Clark County ran the meeting and I haven't seen the minutes yet, so I don't know who it is.
Okay, his name is John. I didn't actually go to the meeting. I was on Zoom, but yeah, you'll probably see him eventually. Something looks like a nice guy. He should do a good job. And I think that's all I had. We met with the auditor this morning, I guess, and kind of did a, what do we call that?
Insurance conference.
Entrance conference. Yeah, he just gets kind of our ideas of anything that he needs to look closer at, or if there's something that he's not looking at that we are concerned about, anything with fraud or anything that is concerning that we might be missing. So the auditor's a nice thing to have look through all our stuff, make sure everything's cooking along how it should, and we're not losing any money or getting frauded or anything like that. So that was about all I had, Mr. Chairman. A pretty light week.
Thank you, Commissioner. Yeah, right. Commissioner Doolittle.
You haven't heard of Light Week. Actually, I was busy, but I didn't have many meetings. We had survey review last Thursday. And on Monday, I had a Many Rivers Whole Health Governing Board meeting. Where we basically talked about the 2024 audit, which they presented to us, and the status of the 2025 audit, which is starting here soon. Talked about the financial report and open positions. They've got quite a few of them and they're working on getting those filled. Sydney Blair, who's the CEO, she talked about some rural health transformation that they're looking at and a new organizational chart for it. And I would mention when we have some time, she's offered to come down here and talk to the commission and kind of give a little presentation of that whole thing. So maybe early spring or something, we can get her down here. All I had.
Thank you, Commissioner. Hey, the only thing I've got, we had town hall meeting in Whitehall last Tuesday, which didn't amount to much. So they swore in 2 more council members. Outside of that, there isn't much to report. And as for last night, we had the Parks, Trails, Recreation a commission meet, and things that came out of that was on the north side of the county here. BLM is implementing selective fire mitigation around Shingle Butte area. For those that are familiar with that area. And the Lewis and Clark Caverns is going through their operations plans for review. That's from the FWP. And then the discussion came up that they, as the Parks and Trails Recreation, would like to continue on the Continental Divide Trail, which our understanding is Senate approved it, Danes, but nothing's really moved forward from the House or anything else. So that's sort of in limbo. So there was discussion as to maybe we need to keep that on the agenda. So outside of that, that's all I've got. I would all turn to at the same time with Dana. Is there anything you want to add in terms of that? Anything? Did I get it all? Okay. All right. Thanks.
Mr. Chairman, real quick, before we get out of this section, I forgot to mention the Boulder Clinic. I've been working on getting a property inspection and also, appraisal done for that, and we've got two property inspectors that have, gotten back to us, and we're using the bidding process for that essentially, so I think we've got one picked out for that. The appraiser, I think we're still kind of up in the air. Did we ever get two people to?
I just got two, and I think I sent both of them to you guys. Did you get two from me?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all.
Okay.
Does that close on a certain date? Ginger?
No, there was no end date, so.
So I got a hold of the board, and Jan Anderson's on that board, and she's communicating with me back and forth on when they can get in there, and it sounds like Wednesdays. They must be closed on Wednesdays as far as the non county side of it, because so I'm trying to coordinate. Jan's gonna be gone for the first part of February, so we may have to work on doing it after that, but getting the appraisal and the building inspection done, just takes some coordination, because somebody, I think, has to be in the clinic side of it when they walk through, so I just wanted to give you an update on that. Building inspections getting closer, the appraiser, I guess I gotta talk to and see when they can do it, and once we get that information, then we'll be closer to moving forward on it.
Thank you.
That's all I had to report on that one.
Appreciate it. Okay, opportunity for public comment. This is the opportunity of anything that's not on the agenda that you can speak about. I ask that you identify yourself prior to whatever you may have to say. Is there anyone that has public comment at this point?
Well, it's just me, Richard. So I was just gonna see if I got any kind of update on, figuring out about that, Hope Street and Silver Street where they're cutting the corner. There could be something done. I was just gonna see if there's an update on it.
Not yet.
I actually talked to Bear yesterday. I think I had talked to him about something else, but I mentioned that to him. He was gonna stop and look today or tomorrow, I think, so.
Okay.
It's in his head. We just gotta get him going that direction, and he'll take a look at it. But he said the Silver Street is actually a state,
State highway.
It's part state, yeah. Well, it's actually state. It's the one that goes under,
yeah, under the interstate there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a state right away, so, he said he doesn't plow Hope Street, so it really doesn't have anything to do with us.
No, it doesn't have nothing to do with the plowing or nothing. I know the plow ain't gonna be hitting it.
Right.
It's just, if I could put some kind of barrier close to it. So
Yep.
they don't cut it real close like
Yep,
that.
and Bear's gonna go take a look at that as soon as he heads that way, so.
Okay,
Yep,
thank you, sir.
you bet.
Wind it out one more minute? No, we're closed. Okay, 145 is gonna be preliminary plat review, which will be on the Warner Commercial Subdivision, subsequent minor Montana City at 145.
You can do the board members.
I'll do the board, yeah, we might as well appoint board members. What do you got, Helen? Didn't know if we have a bunch or not. So, is this the same board or different? Let's see.
There's three for the planning board and one for Parks, Trails and Rec.
Okay, I see the one. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, well. Okay, why don't you
Yeah.
take a look? Okay, okay, I see who this one is. You see that one?
So these are the planning board ones. We've got one from Susan Pullman, one from Ryan Warner, and one from Erica Clappin. Erica and Susan are currently on it,
And Ben
correct?
Sue are on the board.
And
Yeah.
then is Ryan new then?
Ryan would be new, yes, he
Okay.
expressed interest in being on it.
All right, anything else you ladies wanna comment on these three? You think they'd be a good fit for the planning board?
Yeah, Erica and Sue have been there for a while, they know the routine of what the board does, and they're good at doing their job. Ryan is new, he is a contractor, and we don't have that perspective on the board right now, so I think it brings a little different flavor to our board than what we have currently, so I think he would be a good fit.
And he's from the north,
Yeah, he's from the
which
north.
is nice. We
But
sometimes
we already
struggle.
do have a couple of people in the north end, but we do have, our board can have up to 9, and we have 6 board members right now, so we
Okay.
have 3
Great.
open spots.
Mr. Chairman, I'd make a motion to go ahead and appoint these planning board members. So we got Susan Pullman, Ryan Warner, and Erica Clappin.
You have a second?
Second.
Any other discussion in regards to that? Not all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And the last one, let's see what this Commissioner. Parks, Trails, Recreation Commission.
So Michelle submitted, it looks like her resume.
Mhm.
She's, on the city's planning board here in Boulder, and I worked with her on there. She used to work with DNRC, I think, or DEQ, one of those things, and she's recently retired, so it seems like she's got time to do a board position, and she is really into outdoor activities, which is what we want somebody to be into if they were going to be on this board. So I think she would be a good fit.
Yeah.
With our other board members we currently have.
Commissioners have any other questions for Dana?
And Bill Dawson did say he wasn't going to re-up his term, so we would have a vacancy in the Boulder area. She could fill that.
Thank you.
I would make the motion, Mr. Chairman, that we appoint Michelle Lemieux to the Parks, Trail, Recreation.
Okay, sir. Have a second?
Second.
Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Excuse me. Okay. Lindsay, are you ready? Preliminary plat review, please.
All right, we have the Warner Commercial Subdivision by Badge Mountain Gold, represented by Ryan Warner. This is a 7.41 acres. It is going to be divided to 2 tracts, both for commercial use. The proposed tract 2A, 1A already has commercial pawn shop on there, and 2A, 1B has an existing commercial storage unit facility that is on there. They are not. This is just, sorry, it's off the interstate, in Montana City. The access will be off John Street, which is already currently there. They are in a zoned area. It is in commercial zone, and everything is okay with that. They aren't proposing any new road accesses or anything. Like they said, John Street's already there and they're already accessing and have approval for it. We did not require a groundwater study because they've already have DEQ approval for COSA, and they're not doing anything new. Utilities, they already have everything hooked up. They have talked with the fire chief to go over everything that was in his letter, and have come to an understanding. Ryan's shared his passcodes to the storage unit, so there's no concern there. They don't have covenants, but we've listed some requirements we'd like on the face of the plat. There is no parkland is required. We did receive public comments from the church with some questions. We passed the comments on to the developer and the engineer, and they went and talked to the church and have an agreement. They figured out any issues that were there, and the church did call me and tell me that they are happy with, communicate with Ryan and figured all the issues out, and they are okay with the subdivision. The planning board did ask Ryan kind of what was going on, and it's basically he has 2 businesses on one lot, and when his accountant got a hold of it, he said, you gotta separate these.
Is it?
Yeah, so,
Oh.
and right here, so
Plumbing in
he
the storage
has
place.
a shop here.
Yeah.
already. So it's basically just gonna come, just for insurance and accounting reasons, he just needs to make them into 2.
So he's splitting that lot.
Yeah,
Okay,
They're
gotcha.
just 2 businesses, so that's what he's wanting to do. If you wish to approve the request, there are findings and conditions in here that do support the approval. Any questions?
I don't recall, I'll be honest, was there a numerous amount on the findings and conditions, or were there just a few? I don't
Not
recall.
too much, yeah. Like, most of it's pretty simple because it's already there.
Right.
He has, like I said, he has the DEQ approval. He's not really doing much. The roads are already there. He's already done the stormwater ponds from when he originally did that. One basic lot in there, so
Okay,
it's not too bad.
thank you. Commissioners, any other questions?
And I believe Ryan's on the phone if he has any comments.
Oh.
I don't know if my audio is working. Is it working?
It is.
Okay, good.
Got anything for us, Ryan, before we act on this?
No, I don't have anything on that, but sorry I wasn't at the meeting. My regular job, we had some emergencies I had to take care of plumbing wise today. So then I hurried up and got on this Zoom so I could, if you had any questions, I'm here.
Good, yeah, I don't have any questions, Mr. Chairman.
How about you, Commissioner Doodle?
Nope, I don't.
All right. So if there's no other questions. I would entertain a motion then.
I'll move to approve the preliminary plat for Warner Commercial Subdivision, subsequent minor, Montana City, and the findings and conditions mentioned in the documentation.
Thank you, Commissioner. Have a second?
Second.
Okay, any other discussion? Not all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Yes, thank you. Did you have anything, Ryan, besides?
Well, yeah, thank you for that. And then I do have I have a question. It doesn't pertain to that. It pertains to our road in Montana City. I don't know what I need to do about it or where I need to go, but, and I don't know if this is the right time to talk to you guys about it. If it's not, I can, maybe we could set up a meeting with it later or something, but our road has been now, it is no longer a public road, Sawmill Road. Now it's a private road. And I just don't even know how to do anything with it to get it improved. So, I mean, do I set up,
Working on that, Ryan?
what's that?
I've been looking at that. We've been working on it. I've been working with Ginger, looking up the different properties throughout Sawmill and seeing what's actually shows of it being county road or public road or private road. And it's a kind of a mess. Some of it is, some of it isn't. It's, yeah.
So what I'm wondering, is it possible to like even if it isn't, if it ends up being a private road, like I went and graded it again 2 weeks ago, just because it was getting so bad. And like, even the bus driver stopped while I was grading it and was like, thank you so much for doing this. This is my most dangerous road I drive with these kids. And a lot of it's just that one hill with that corner where it washboards so bad. Um, so I'm just wondering if it becomes a private road, can the county help set up a meeting to where we invite all the homeowners and say, hey, we have to set up, which I don't even think we can set up an RID because if it ends up being private, but is there a way the county could send a letter out to all the owners in there notifying them that this is now a private road? You guys are gonna have to set up an HOA or something like that. We gotta continue to maintain the road. There's a lot of residents that live on that or off of it.
So my strategy is, and I haven't talked to the county attorney about this yet, is, there's a section of law that we can go to the judge and get that labeled as a county road, so you can put an RMB RID on that. I haven't talked to Steve about it yet, but that was the strategy I was thinking, since it's such a mishmash of ownership up there. Cause we've been maintaining it probably since its inception, so for us to take it over as a county road, in the idea that you guys will take it over as an RMD RID, that was my strategy. And if you got a better idea, let me have
We
it.
still have to come forward with an RID or RMD. We couldn't just.
Right. Yeah, so there would be some footwork before we did that to make sure that everybody up there had the appetite for a RMD RID, because it has to have so many signatures, at 50% or 60%.
Well, it depends upon what they're doing. An RID is one, but an RMD is different. And an RMD is a lot higher.
So, yeah, that was my strategy, Ryan. I don't know if you have anything else that you think might work. I mean, we could talk about a homeowners association, but sometimes.
No, I think an RID would be better than a homeowner association, because I know like a lot of the people that have been up there, a lot of the older people that have been up there for years, they want nothing to do with any of the road maintenance. They just said Jefferson County is supposed to take care of it all. And I'm like, well, the problem is right now is, nobody knows if it's public or private. So then I called Bear and said, I'm gonna go grade it again. Just for the sake of me and my kids, the road gets pretty dangerous at times. Um, so, if we could get a letter, even if we could get a letter saying that we are gonna do a vote on it, or do I have to do all that?
I think we can work on that. What I might do is just get a list of all of the benefited lots up there, and we can send a letter out, and maybe just do a public meeting up there.
That's what I think we need to do, is to do a public meeting. And try to get something set up where we can get get this road. The problem is, I mean, the last time I graded it 2 weeks ago and you guys graded, it only lasts for a week. The issue is there's no base left on the road. I mean, the base is gone, so the road needs to be improved. And back when we had the original road guy, was his name Rory or what was his name?
Yep. Rory.
Rory? Yeah, even way back when, like 15 years ago, Rory's plan was once they, get some millings from the interstate that they wanted to put a double shot of chip on the road so it would hold up. But the road has gotten so bad now, like even Bear would say that there's no base left in the road. We graded it and 3 days later we were already getting
Washboards.
washboards again within 3 days. And we graded it and rolled it. And
Wow.
it doesn't hold up anymore.
Yep.
So, I mean, there's gonna have to be some money spent on this road next year. And it would be nice if we could set up an RID where everyone's paying for it.
Have you talked to your neighbors? Do you think there's an appetite for it, at least a majority, or?
I think there is a majority appetite for it. Like, I know that we tried this years ago and we lost by like 1 vote, but I know there's an appetite for it now. And I think we could get a majority vote on it.
Is there a group email that you guys use up there, or do we need to look at our records and send letters out?
I think what we should do is send letters out to everyone who lives off of Sawmill and on Sawmill. And then do a public meeting for it would be first. I think that would be the best way because me being in construction, I don't want to be like, hey, this is what the road's gonna cost, and then have people be like, oh, you're just trying to make money off us. I mean, I don't care who fixes the road. If Rocky Mountain Infrastructures fixes the road or who does it. So, but yeah, I mean, I think a public meeting would be the best way to go on this first.
Perfect.
Okay.
We'll work on that. We'll work on a list, and would you be familiar if we got a list together, you could take a look at it and say we need to add these
Yes.
people or some these people
I think we just do a list like we do for any of
for any,
any of our districts. It's
Okay.
any benefited lot, whether it's developed or not, would get notice.
okay,
Yeah. And then I think the best thing to start it would be a public meeting. So,
yep, yeah, that's no problem.
okay. All righty. And anything you would need from me, I'm willing to help out with it. So,
Okay, appreciate that.
okay.
Yes.
Since the school bus runs down it, do you think you might maybe want to contact the school board and see if they have any pull or anything because I don't know if there's any other roads that would pick up the kids because if it's a private road, if they close it off, that's a big issue for a school bus.
It would have to change the school bus route.
Right. So
I
that
talked,
might.
I talked to Bear about that, and when we were discussing the road and whether it was public or private, and so that's, if it has to stay a public road for that school bus route to work.
Right. So that might be a good thing for your neighbors to know if they've got kids, like you probably do, that ride the school bus, that they might want to really think about the RID.
Yeah. Well, I think it would help. It would really help out with this public meeting, and then we could discuss all of that. So,
Sounds good. We'll get to work
all
on
right.
that.
Sorry to add to your agenda, but
No, that's all right. We're gonna probably have to take a little bit of time on it, because we'll have to figure out numbers too. We'll have to get some estimates of what kind of upgrade on that road we would need and what it's gonna cost, because that's gonna be the first thing the people at the meeting are gonna ask is what's this gonna cost?
And I've already started that process. I have Pat Calnan with Rocky Mountain Infrastructures working on an estimate on the road right now to add base because it needs base. He's the one who helped me grade it 2 weeks ago. So I do have him working on an estimate right now for the base and either doing a double shot of chip on the road or paving the road all the way up to the cattle guard.
Perfect.
And
So,
Great West to look at
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, if he's got the information, we can just have our engineer.
But they might want to actually go out and look at them
Yeah.
themselves too. I mean, when I've been contacting them about the RMGs, they typically go out there, take a look, even if there's information already available.
Sure. Well, it does save us a little bit of money if they've already
Yeah.
got it and Great West
Yeah.
just can verify it. Yep.
But it sounds like the whole road basically needs to be redone. I mean, if you're talking paving and chip sealing, the other thing you should be thinking about is gravel, because what we're finding in some of our other areas is the folks don't wanna pay for the Cadillac roads. They can't afford it because we have so many people on fixed incomes in our county. They can't afford to.
Well,
have-
that's what, yeah, Pat is doing a total on the amount of road base needed, which is road mix. Because the road does not have, I mean, there are spots, there's actually absolutely zero road mix. So he is doing a total on how much road mix is needed for the road before the road could even be ready for a hard surface. If we could even get people to vote for a hard surface on it.
Okay, perfect.
But first of all, I mean, you're just wasting your time by grading it. But I mean, we at least knocked the corners off of it because 2 days before we graded it, I watched the bus bounce sideways on the corner that has a hill on it, which would be the third corner coming up the road. And that was the day the bus driver stopped and he said, "Thank you so much for doing this." He said, "This is my worst road I go on because of the washboards." So, but it definitely needs road mix, quite a bit of it. So. But I will contact Pat with Rocky Mountain Infrastructures and see where he's at with his estimate, and then I could just have him get it to you guys so you have an idea of what an estimate is gonna be on it.
Perfect.
Okay,
Sounds good, Ryan. Thank you.
all right, well, thank you guys for your time.
Okay, and nothing else, we will be adjourned.